that way we can get going. We are being live streamed right now over on Facebook, so hopefully we'll be able to see some people coming on from over there with Facebook. But super excited to see you guys here. Josetta, Jebby, wow, I said Jebby, sorry, Debbie, Andrea, Jamie, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Today is Friday, it's day 33. It's finishing up week 5, which has been super crazy. I can't believe we're 5 weeks in right now. So we're super excited about today. He went over some cool stuff. He actually kept going and did a little Q&A. Fridays he does Q&A, but we, instead of switching that out, changing this time to later, we thought it'd be a little bit better to kind of just stick to our time. If any extra little nuggets he shares with us, we'll share with you guys later. But thank you guys for joining us on Facebook. I've seen Sharon over there. Brandy, Kim, how's it going? Thank you guys so much for joining us. Demida, good to see you. I got to see you with my mom and sister last night. I saw a little picture that you guys sent, so good to see that. How was EMP? Do you mind sharing with us a little bit? How was it?
It was wonderful. It was everything I imagined. It was just like old times. It was great seeing people. It was great seeing the spring styles and listening to Misty explain what's coming down the pike. It was just fun. It's so worth it. And I encourage everyone to go. Some great things are in store. I just love seeing those new jewelry and listening to the things that are coming down the pike. So
awesome. Thank you so much, Demida. Good to feel your energy and see that smile. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, there's just something about getting back into in-person. I mean, we've had 2 years, almost 3 with this COVID stuff, where it's just kind of like, there's different. We need to connect with people on a physical level. So I don't know. I love it. I love it.
It was great. And your mom is so special. I love her.
Oh, she is so special. She is so special.
Yes.
Well, I wish I was there. I wish I could go to every stop. I'm only going to California this next week on Wednesday. So, but I'm excited to see the people there. So
yeah.
Thanks,
it was
everybody.
A true paparazzi party. I love it.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. They always go all out. It's fun to see what they do. Awesome. I'm glad you had a good time. Thanks everybody. Join us on Facebook. We got Krista, Latria. And we got some new people coming on. Robin, Jamie, Tara. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Let's open it up to some wins just for a few minutes, and we'll get into this. There's a little bit to explain, and then we'll kind of go from there. Anybody on Facebook, share some wins over there. I'll try and be watching this, but for right now, Jamie, you have your hand up.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to hop in and say thank you. I was able to sign someone up at the last minute for last month. It was that previous consultant, so I was super excited about that. And thank you for your help and advice on how to handle it.
Awesome. So what happened? Kind of talk us through that a little bit.
So I felt the conversation was backtracking a little bit because she was like super hesitant and she was just like, really unsure. And something in my gut told me either someone else is talking to her, she doesn't know. She wants to do it, but she doesn't want to take the leap. So I just kind of gave her my perspective of, of why I joined and why I love paparazzi, and kind of went from there. And, and she kind of mentioned, she was scared and, and I was like, it's just a leap of faith and you either got to roll with it, and I was like, and I am a strong believer of everything happens for a reason. And I feel like, God wouldn't put her in my path or wouldn't have us meet if it wasn't meant to happen. And, she came to me. So that's kind of what I with.
So awesome. I always feel like there's a reason to why people do things, right? There's always a reason. And sometimes it's vulnerable for us to be able to say that openly, like, oh, just a little scared or something's going on. But I think as you provide that trust and even vulnerable back, with them, it's easier to like have them open up to you. Just say, hey, guess what? I don't know what you're going through, but I get it. What it's I felt like this starting out. I was scared. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, so there's a scary part of this. And guess what? That's why I'm so excited that you're here, is that I want to help you through it so you don't have to go through the same pain that I did, So super awesome. Super awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry I'm not on home from EMP, so.
That's all right. That's all right. Thank you for joining us. Tara, let's hear it.
Yeah, I had a friend over yesterday and she bought some jewelry from me. And she's also going to sign up with me. She was a little hesitant because she doesn't think that she can give her full 100%, and she doesn't want to do it if she can't give her 100% and everything. And I'm just like, you don't need to give 100% full out, you know, and I can help you. I can come to your house and help you, or you can come here and we can work together and stuff like that. And she's like, okay, I'm going to do it.
Awesome.
I'm like, you don't even have to sell it first. You can just buy it for the discount and, you know, just do it that way and then gradually go to selling and stuff like that. And she's like, you know what, I think I'm going to do it. I'm like,
Awesome.
do it.
Awesome. Awesome. That's so fun. So exciting. That's
Yeah,
your third or fourth person, right?
that'll be my third.
Awesome, Tara. Great job.
Yeah.
Great job. So, so awesome. It's crazy just what the little bit of support and just a little bit of belief can do, how far that can go for us. I've heard this from a guy that I followed on with business, that he said, normally if anybody has objections, it's around three things. One is if it actually worked, do I believe, like if I'm a person that's like, I'm going to sign up for paparazzi, there's three main things that might have like an objection with. Do I believe that the service or product will do what it says? Do I believe that paparazzi will really help make me money? Okay, sweet. I might believe that. But number two is, do I believe it's internal? Do I believe I have what it takes to do it? Okay, sweet. And then the third one is, do I have the external resources to do it, like money or time or support? Okay, so it's normally always one of those three, that if someone has a hiccup, it's always one of those three. It's like, okay, hey, like I don't believe paparazzi is. They say who they're going to say they're going to do. Okay, let's address that. Let's talk to them through that. Oh, maybe I believe paparazzi can and I have the money, but maybe I just don't, I'm not able to do it myself. You know, I don't believe I can do that. Okay, let's work on that belief and kind of that support to be able to help them feel like they're able to do it. So just a cool little side little piece that I've always loved to try and remember as people do this. Some little wins off to the side. Kimberly Lawson said, my win is working hard to do these tasks and my team is starting to follow in my footsteps. I also have 29 teammates are going to EMP this year. Awesome, Kimberly. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, this is always great training for you guys to push to your team and come back and use always. I mean, I feel like there's a little level of one more little thing I want to tell you is there's levels of what we do in life. There's principles on a high level. Principles will always be universal. Like when you're selling something, no matter the time and age, as long as you provide enough value, people will be able to buy it. Okay, so you got to produce value. So principles are universal. Then there's strategies of how you do something, and then there's tools and tactics. Tools and tactics will change in time. Like what, 20 years ago, marketing was like direct mail. Okay, but now it's like Facebook and social media and online. Okay, so as long as you're universal and you understand the principles and strategies behind something, you'll be able to adapt. And it doesn't matter if social media goes away, you'll be able to adapt to the new thing that's coming out. Okay. So one last little win. Kathy said, my win is I committed to go to convention. Another fun part to do that is I am sharing a room with another consultant from Houston that I've never met. Looking forward to meeting new friends and connections. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Connection is amazing, amazing time that EMP on steroids, Demida, right? EMP on steroids. It is awesome, awesome, awesome. So, well, I'm already super excited for EMP coming up. So, July 24th through the 27th. So we're super excited. Okay, so I'm going to get into the training and the dare, and then we'll get from there, and then we'll go see where everybody's at, and we'll answer some Q&A and go from there. Okay. So something that Fraser went into is he's talked about this theme about just commit to finishing. Just commit to being a finisher. Okay. He's like, there's no money in just starting things. There's always it's always there by finishing things. So as long as like you're trying and you're not doing this perfectly, hey, progress is better than perfection. You know, just try some things. Okay. Just commit to finishing. And I promise, like at the end of 3 months, you're going to look over your shoulders like, wow, like I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did that. Okay. So I kind of mentioned this, we're coming to a close of week 5 here. And then going forward, we're going to figure out how we're going to do this with you guys. But he said he's going to get into more technical things on social media. So showing some things. And so we're going to see how we're going to be able to do that with you guys. So we'll just be patient with us. And we're just going to do the best that we can to show you what we're learning here. But the main thing he talked about is this idea that he said FAST. So he likes acronyms. We've talked about FAM, find, add, message before. We've talked about some different acronyms, but his new acronym that he talked about today is FAST, F.A.S.T. Okay, so he went through this acronym, and he said F is for find. So we've learned how to do that. We found out how you find through commenting, going to Facebook groups or Instagram following, and comment on their stuff. And he said find, add, message. So FAM, that's under find. Okay. A is for ask. So this is ask if people are open. Right? So this is open to like looking at a tool or being exposed to the business. Okay. And we've given you different scripts to that, like, oh, just curious, would you be interested in checking this out? Right. So that's after you kind of built a little bit of rapport and relationship with them. Something he said is expect or just kind of know that not everybody's going to say yes to looking at a tool. And that's okay. He's like, if you got to 50%, like you're crushing it. If 50% of the people are coming back to you. Okay, so just know that it's okay if you get a lot of no's. Okay, and then the other side of this, which I thought was actually pretty interesting, is if you're not asking people if they're open to like being exposed to the tool, it's a confidence issue. And something he said, he has this little confidence cycle that he said, action creates experience, which brings confidence, which brings belief. So by just taking action, you're creating experience in your life, okay? And as you create more and more experiences, you're going to find more confidence in what you do. And the more confidence you have, you're going to find a bit of internal belief that you have what it takes to do this, okay? So we went over the FA is find, A is ask, S is show the tool, okay? We want to give them a tool. We give you guys a list of tools. And it just depends, obviously, fill out the person you're talking to of which type of tool you want to give them, okay? And then T is track. So this is the main thing that we're going to go into and talk about right now. T is track. So we kind of said, okay, what are you tracking? We've talked about at the very beginning, tracking your different social media, how things are going, how different posts are going. But this one's going to be a little bit different. This one's focused on objections, which is kind of interesting. So he said, when you ask someone to check out the info, or if they have checked out a tool and they say no, what you're going to do is track the reason why they said no, okay? And so if they come back and say no, and just say, hey, just curious, like why are you not interested, or why did you not like it after checking out the tool, okay? And obviously you want to do this in a tactful way and be nice, right? And he said kind of some of the main things that he's seen with like objections that he's seen is, one is they don't have money. They don't have the time. They might not have the support. Some people might come back and say, oh, it's a pyramid thing. I'm not down for that. And the wrong time, okay? So what you want to do is you want to track some of these things and track it with these people, because he said, fortune is not just in the follow-up, it's in the follow-ups. So continual follow-ups, okay? Don't just say, oh, they said no, it's done, okay? Continue following up. So for an example, like, okay, if someone said no money, okay, wait, have some sort of way to like follow these people, like a little like a follow-up system for you. And in a month, 2, 3 months, say 3 months later down the road, you follow up with that person and just say, hey, Mary, how are you? They respond, good. Okay. Hey, last time we spoke, you were still struggling with no money to get started. Is that still the case? Because I love my friends and I don't want them to go through the same thing that I did. And would you want to have another look at what we're doing, that I'm doing right now? So it's just another way to follow up with them and just say, hey, are you still struggling with this? Okay, sweet. Would you want to have another look at what we're doing? Okay. Same thing with time. Hey, last time we spoke, after you ask them how they're doing, last time we spoke, you said that you didn't have any time. Is that still the case? Okay, I would love to talk to you about how some of the people that I've worked with in the last few months is how they were able to get time. Would you want to be through what we're doing now? Would you want to have another look at what we're doing? Okay, so it's just another way to follow up with these people and not just say, hey, we're doing all this work to find somebody that might be interested, or that you expose them to the tool, and then we're stopping once we get a little no. Okay. So remember, this is just a great way. And he said, as I started doing this, I actually looked forward, because it was kind of fun to be able to see why they would say no, rather than just saying, hey, a lot of times, like if I had to follow up with somebody, I would avoid it, because I was like expecting a no. So because I didn't want to go through that pain of getting another no, I avoided it. I didn't even want to ask people. I didn't want to follow up with people, because I didn't want another no. Okay. So it's kind of a way to gamify the process of getting a no and just seeing why, and knowing that as you follow up with them again, you can address that same objection again and see, okay, are you still dealing with this? Okay, well, I don't want people to keep struggling with what they're going through. Would you want to have another look at what we're doing and how this can help you? Okay. So that's going to be the main portion of today's training, is that ability to track. So that for the dare today, the homework today is to track the reasons the people you are speaking to are saying no to you. Okay. So you want to find the objections that you're trying to send them when they send up a tool or ask them, or if they've seen the tool. And you can just say, hey, just curious, why aren't you interested in this? Okay. And that's just a little sample. You can kind of play around with that. But something you said is get organized with this and just have a little tracking sheet and be able to see, okay, hey, this person said no to this, this person said no to this, this person said no to this, and figure out why, and that way when it's still a person that you can follow up with, And so for this weekend, just because weekends, we give 3 different levels of homework. 3 different levels is level 1 is reach out to 10 people. Level 2 is reach out to 25. And then level 3 is reach out to 50 people. Okay. So when we say 3 different levels, the reason why we say that is homework for level 1 is homework for today. Level 2 is homework for today and tomorrow. And then level 3 is homework for, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. So as you reach out to these people and you ask them, again, that's part of the F.A.S.T that we just talked about. When you ask them if they're interested in looking at some more information, so a tool, and they say no, or you give them the tool and you follow up with them about it and they say no, ask them why. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to open up to some questions. I'm looking at the comments right now. Pineapple Blair, she said, in a sales school, I was taught you got to ask 30 people to get 1 to 2 yeses. Those no's bring you closer to the yeses. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel depending on what you're trying to promote to people, could be different ratios of if you have to ask 30 people just to get 1 or 2, or what that ratio is. But this is a great way to even see, like, okay, by you tracking to see which no's you're getting, you can even do your own statistic. Be like, hey, I'm finding with me, I got to ask at least 20 people before I get a yes, right? Or I got to ask at least 18 people before I get a yes. Okay. Then you can find your own thing. Latria said, would that be the same as not right now? Yes, absolutely. That could be the wrong time. Hey, and you can even ask them like, hey, do you mind if I follow up with you in a month to see how you're doing? Yes. Okay. Hey, Latria, last time we spoke, you said you said that this wasn't the right time for you. Just wondering if that's still the case. Would you want to have another look at what we're doing over here? Because, oh my gosh, this last month was amazing. I've been going through the social media training. I've been finding all these really cool tips and tricks of how to find more people, find customers. I just want to see how you're doing, be able to see if this is something you're interested in too. Or even just say, hey, if they're not ready to go all like 100% into this, both feet in, it's like, hey, well, where are you at now and where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? And let's see what that gap is. Maybe they only want to make $100 a month and that's it. Yeah. So asking questions is a huge, huge deal. Okay. Just to be able to know what they want and give it to help them understand what they want. Helping you help them get what they want. Cool. Opening up to any other questions. Anybody questions? Please raise your hand and we can kind of address those here over on Zoom. If not, anybody over on Facebook, throw down your question. I'll be able to address those. Jamie said, lately my notes have been too much is going on. So a lot is going on, right? I feel like we're in an attention getting age. Like we always have a lot of stuff going on. So it's like, okay, what would get you to wanting to say yes. I mean, this is one of the closes I've heard with GoPro that I've loved, and it's super simple rather than going from like a long sales process. It's like, hey Jamie, how interested are you of like signing up? Like, well, you know, I'm probably like a 4 or 5, and I've heard anything higher than a 2 is there's hope. Okay, so like, okay, awesome, you're a 4 or 5, awesome. What would get you to a 10? What would need to be in place for you to get to a 10? Oh, well, I want to make sure I actually knew what I was doing. I want to make sure I have some more support. I want to make sure this, and this. Okay, awesome. Do you think we could work together to see how we can get those numbers raised a little bit higher to maybe to that 10 for you? Do you think we can come up with a plan together? Would you be open to that? Yeah, Jamie, hands up.
Okay, so how do you respond to somebody if they say, like if they're dealing with some sort of an illness from a family member, like they're interested, but they're like not right now because of A, B, and C, and it's some sort of illness that's going on or something like that? Is it more, do you retract that, or is it more like, well, I hope everything goes okay, you know, please, you know, reach out to me maybe later or something, but I wish, you know, everything gets better? Like, how do you kind of respond back without, I guess, kind of with something like that?
I would say always, number one is always, I mean, be genuine, which I feel like you are anyways, Jamie, is like, be concerned for them. I mean, I feel like that's always easy to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do to help? I'm praying for you. But I would say the second thing is to always make sure you're the one instigating it. Like if you just have it on them to do it, like we have so many things going on, all of us do, that they're going to just either forget or they're just like not going to put in the effort to do it, right? So you do it. Just like, hey, let's make it easy for them. Hey, I get that there's a lot going on. Like, hey, I also like, I know what that's like when you have a family member going through something big deal. Like even my mom went through cancer. I know what that's like. You know, that's a lot of not just like physical, but like mental as well, emotional. So do you mind if I follow up with you in like 2 weeks to see how you're doing? I mean, even just to see how you're doing, really. So I would try and set up a plan to be able to know when you can follow up with them. And then you make the effort, you instigate it, and not just let them come back to you. Because a lot of times it's like, you know, oh, well, they're supposed to come back and get to me after they watch the tool. Don't wait. Don't wait. You be the instigator, you know, you be the one that it's intentional about it. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Welcome. Okay, anybody else? Any other questions? Anywhere else that I can help you guys out with anything? I'm going to see if I can scroll, see anything on Facebook. If not, Jermaine, I'm calling you out. How are you doing? You want to talk at all?
I'm good.
Awesome. How's this training been? I know I've seen your face a bunch of times. How have you been doing?
It's been going great. It's been going great. Couple wins here and there. Still trying to work that business page, which is a beast in and of itself. Did get one person on last night, new. So it's just, that's a work in progress.
Yeah. So tell me, I'm going to go through this little thing. So tell me where you're at now, and then where do you want to be with it? What does your vision of it look like?
With my, well, with the business page, that's where I want to operate everything from. So I go live from 2 different devices. So I'm driving them to my business page because I tried it once before and then I'm going back again now. So they do that when I'm on. I'm like, go to my business page, go to my business page. So they all come on there, which is great. So it's the numbers are going up, the insight is going up. I take a look at that usually probably much every day, just to see where I'm at. If I can get like 1,000, then I think I'll be okay.
That's your goal right now.
That's my goal right now. I'm pushing for
Awesome.
1,000 followers. That's what I'm pushing for. So I'm using that. I use TikTok. I use Instagram. So I have all 3 platforms that I'm on. And I'm just working it every day. And usually what works for me insofar as the reels, because I'm into fitness, that to me, I really realized, I was just telling my husband that I think that is my link, because when they see me, they're like, oh, okay, you're in fitness. So, okay, yeah, I got you on that end. Okay. And then when I give them my pages to go and like, they're like, oh, I didn't know you do that too. Yes. So henceforth, because my business name is Gems and Jewels, the place where fitness meets fashion. So I'm getting you coming and going. I say I beat you down and then I dress you up.
Cool. I love it. Good little niche. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Robin, your hand's up. We'll end with you. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Hey, I just had a little idea going off of what Jermaine is talking about that's worked really good with me. I've created a messenger group for live alerts. So about 15 minutes before I go live, they have to give me their permission. I say on my live, hey, does anyone want to get a message alert before I go live? And of course, they've all have been really receptive to it. And I just send out a short little message. It says, hey, I'm going live in 15 minutes. I hope to see you there. And it really boosts my numbers up.
Awesome. Love that. Some sort of notification system is always a great idea. Whether it's the principle is how can I notify people? Because Facebook doesn't notify all my friends and following perfectly, because if I don't interact with them within 24 hours, they won't get notified. So it's like, okay, if I've got a text messaging system or a Facebook messaging system, awesome. That's a great idea.
Question, Robin. So you send them a text message?
Yes, so we have a text messaging system that we've used before. We've used mobile text alerts before. I know if you know much about ManyChat, well, that's something we're actually using right now. But there's like a text message that you can send out to people and just say, hey, if you want instant alerts on our lives, text this to this, and you can get into my text messaging system. And then every single time you go live, you can say, hey, I'm going live right now, and then send them the link. You want to make that process as simple as you can for your people, right? So it's like, hey, if I get a text message and say that they're going live right now or in 10 minutes, I just have to click a link and I'm there, easy, right? You want to remove as many barriers of entry, I guess you could say, to your live as possible, okay? And start small. That's your list. In any type of business, they talk about building a list. So whether that's your list in creating that or it's your list in customers, you want to build a list. Yeah.
So what I've done is I just have a group chat on Messenger, and that's where I put it in. And because I've looked into the other ones and I'm just not ready to pay money for it. So I have a Messenger group, and I do put the link that they just click on to go to my live.
Awesome. Yep. So be creative. If you don't have the resources to make it happen, happen with a text messaging service that costs money, okay, how can I do something that I can be resourceful with or creative with to make it happen? Awesome. Sweet. Facebook Messenger group. Sweet. Great idea.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Well, it is 1 minute to new releases. So I'm going to get off. Thank you so much. Sorry, my name, it says Robin on here. That's my mom's name. I'm on her Zoom account. My name is Robbie. I don't know if I've really said my name very many times on here, but I'm Robbie. I'm Robin's son. So I'm on here just helping her out while she's at EMP. So love you guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on Monday, and happy new releases here soon. We'll see you.